Okay, concept 3 is all about slope. Our objective for this lesson is twofold. So I can, number 1, find rates of change and slope. Okay, and then, slopes, plural. And relate a constant rate of change to the slope of the line. Basically, if there's a constant rate of change, it's the slope. Okay, so what is rate of change? Well, rate of change is a ratio that shows how one variable changes with respect to another. So this is saying as x goes up by 3, y goes up by 2, or something like that. Basically, it's saying it's a ratio. So remember when we did writing equations and we looked at the table and we said, okay, well, let's figure out how much x is going up by and how much y is going up by, and then write a ratio with y on top and x on the bottom. That's what a rate of change is. That was what we were doing. We were figuring out the rate of change between the two variables. Okay? So on a linear graph, this is called the slope of the line. So rate of change and slope are the same thing. Okay? And it has to be constant and always has to change. Change the same time between every point. Okay, it has to be the same rate of change for every single one. Okay, slope is written as a ratio. Ratio is a fancy way of saying fraction. Of the vertical change, we call that rise. To the horizontal change, we call that run, between any 2 points on a line. So slope is always rise over run. Maybe you've heard that before. Okay, this remains constant for any 2 points on the line. Okay, constant. It's always the same between any 2 points. Okay, slope is written as a fraction. Just like I said, ratio is a fancy word for fraction in simplest form. If you can reduce it, reduce it. Okay, we want reduced fractions. And the variable for slope is m. And the reason it's m is m stands for modulus. Modulus of the line is the same thing as slope. Okay. There are 4 types of slope. There is positive, negative, 0, and undefined. I'll draw a little picture so you can see what they look like. So we read the graph left to right, so we're going to write left to right. So if we read the graph starting on this side and going to the right, positive means it's going up. So positive slope, as I keep going along the graph, my line is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So positive slope looks like that. Okay? Negative slope is the opposite of that. As my graph moves, my amount is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's going down. So that's a negative slope. Okay? 0 slope is if I have my graph and I have basically it's a constant function. It's a y equals a number function. It's a horizontal line. There is no slope. There is no rate of change. So that's what a 0 slope looks like. It's just a horizontal line. Okay? And undefined looks like a vertical line. And the reason it's undefined is because slope is defined as the vertical change over the horizontal change. Vertical change over the horizontal change. If there is no horizontal change, as you can see, that's the same thing as dividing by 0, and we can't do that. So that's why it's undefined, and I'll elaborate on that a little bit more later.